Today we will learn number system. What are numbers? As soon as I say numbers, you imagine numbers 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 0 to 9 are single digit numbers and every number is built using these single digit numbers. If I say 2 digit numbers, you imagine it between 10 and 99. If I say 3 digit numbers, it is between 100 till 999. And in this way, you can imagine infinite digit numbers. Means to say, numbers can be infinite. Not only this, sometimes they carry signs along with them. They can be positive numbers and negative numbers. 0 is something which acts as a middle number that divides negative numbers to one side and positive numbers on the another side, which you have seen in the number lines. If I consider two numbers, for to say 5 and 6, we can have infinite fractional numbers between these two numbers. But this never ends here. The numbers have another set of journey in which the decimals, which are the numbers represented in the form of points, which you know already, if they don't end up or if they cannot be expressed as fractions, then they come under a special category called as irrationals. So, such a huge set of numbers we have. If I say you imagine one number, you may ask me again, Madam, is it a positive number, negative number, fractions, irrationals, etc. So we need a grouping or classification of numbers for clarity. Hence, number system comes into picture here. We are going to divide this huge class of numbers into groups with specific basic ideas regarding the nature of that number. Means to say, if I tell you a number and tell the class name, then you will be having that number with specific properties in it. Example, if I tell you just one positive number, then you will know it cannot come under negative numbers. With this idea, let us now see what is there in the chapter. Natural numbers. Numbers from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, etc. till infinity can be included under one set called as natural numbers. We can write it in a short form as n for simplicity, and this includes all the positive numbers from 1 till infinity. Sometimes these are called as counting numbers also. Next we have whole numbers. Whole numbers are natural numbers with extra 0 included. Means to say, it starts from 0 and includes all the natural numbers 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, etc. There is something to be considered here. If I take two natural numbers and add two natural numbers, or if I take two whole numbers and add the two whole numbers, I will again get the natural number or the whole number. But if I take two natural numbers and subtract it, I may not get the natural number. Example, if I take 43 minus 75, I'll get minus 32. Here I am getting a negative number which is not included under the natural numbers or the whole numbers. So, if I add two natural numbers or if I add two whole numbers, I get another natural number or another whole number. But if I subtract two natural numbers, I will not get a natural number again. If I multiply two natural numbers, example 2 into 3 or some number if you consider, you will again get the natural number. Or if I take two whole numbers, multiply it, if I'll be again getting a whole number. Whereas if I divide two natural numbers, I will not get again the natural numbers at certain times. I might get a fraction. So two natural numbers will not always give you the natural number. So it is not closed under division. Even the whole numbers, same, it is not closed under division. So next we have integers. It includes positive numbers and negative numbers. Here it starts from 0. If I consider 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I'll be having its additive inverse. I think you know this in your lower class. Additive inverse of 1 is minus 1, 2 is minus 2. In that way, it includes all its additive inverse. So, integers includes positive numbers and negative numbers and 0. If I consider two integers, if I add two integers, I will get back another integer. If I subtract two integers here, I will get back another integer. If I multiply two integers, I will get back another integer. But division, it's not true. If I divide two integers, I may get a fraction. Fractions are not included in the integers. Next we have rational numbers. Rational numbers includes fractions of two integers with one condition: the denominator should not be equal to 0. I think you know already that fractions can be converted into decimals. So the decimal representation of these fractions can be terminating or repeating. Example, terminating means it ends up with remainder 0 at certain steps of division. Whereas repeating pattern means the fraction never ends, but after a certain division you will be getting a repeating number or repeating numbers, and that can be represented in the form of fractions. So decimals that are terminated or repeating are included under rationals. Even here, if you add two rational numbers, you will get another rational number. If you subtract two rational numbers, you will get another rational number. If you multiply two rational numbers, you will get another rational number. If you divide here two rational numbers, you will get another rational number. Then we have here irrational numbers. Irrational numbers are the numbers that cannot be written in the form of fractions. Means to say, their decimal representation never ends and they don't have any repetition. Example, root 2, root 3, root 5, etc. If I take root 2 here, its value will be 1.4142135623730 etc. Here the number never ends and it has no repetition. Next we have real numbers. Real numbers includes both rational numbers and irrational numbers. It includes all the numbers on the number line. With this background, now let us start the sums. Here we have real numbers including rational numbers and irrational numbers. Real numbers plus rational numbers, integers, whole numbers and natural numbers, they can be represented in the diagram as shown below here. In this you can see that real numbers includes all the other numbers. Now, exercise sums. Is 0 a rational number? Can you write it in the form P by Q, where P and Q are integers and Q not equal to 0? They have asked here, is 0 a rational number? Yes, 0 is a rational number. Can you write it in the form P by Q? Yes, you can write it in the form of P by Q. 0 divided by 1, 0 divided by 2, all these things, 0 divided by 1 will give you again 0, 0 divided by 2 will give you 0, and this goes on. So, next question. Find 6 rational numbers between 3 and 4. We can have so many rational numbers between 3 and 4. That is infinite numbers. Now, to solve this sum, we have to find 6 rational numbers. So, that 6 plus 1. If I add 6 plus 1 is 7. So, I will take 7 and multiply on the numerator and denominator both for 3 and 4. If I multiply for 3, I will get 21 by 7. If I multiply for 4, I will get 28 by 7. So, numbers between the 21 divided by 7 and 28 divided by 7 will give you the 6 rational numbers. That is 22 by 7, 23 by 7, 24 by 7, 25 by 7, 26 by 7 and 27 by 7 are the rational numbers between 3 and 4. So, to find such numbers, that is the numbers between any two integers, you have to add 1, that is 6 plus 1, 7, or you can take numbers more than 7 but not less than 6 or 6. You will not get 6 rational numbers then. So, you should take after 6 means 7, 8, 9, etc. multiply denominator and numerator both with that number for the two integers they have given no here, like 3 and 4. They will give any two numbers, then you have to multiply it numerator and denominator to get the one number, and the numbers which come in between can be taken as the rational numbers. Next, find 5 rational numbers between 3 by 5 and 4 by 5. So, same thing, we can have as many rational numbers as possible between 3 by 5 and 4 by 5. Because they have asked me 5 rational numbers, I will take 5 plus 1, 6. Multiply the number 3 by 5 by 6 on numerator and denominator to get 18 by 30, and 4 by 5 multiply it by 6 numerator and denominator to get 24 by 30. So now I am going to get 19 divided by 30, 20 divided by 30, 21 divided by 30, 22 divided by 30 and 23 divided by 30. These are the rational numbers between 3 by 5 and 4 by 5. Next sum, it says, state whether the following statements are true or false. Give reason for your answer. Every natural number is a whole number. As you can see in the diagram, all the whole numbers include natural numbers. So, every natural number here is included under the whole number. So, whole number is equal to 0 plus natural numbers, and all natural numbers are present in the whole numbers, hence true. Next question is, every integer is a whole number. See, integers includes whole numbers and natural numbers, which you see in the diagram. So, integers includes negative numbers plus whole numbers. So, all whole numbers are there in the integers, but every integer is not a whole number, because you can have even the negative numbers there. So, every integer is a whole number is a false statement. Next is every rational number is a whole number. Rational numbers are fractions of integers, but whole numbers don't have negative numbers and they don't even have fractions. So every rational number cannot be a whole number. False. Next is